Today, Secretary DeVos has directed federal lenders to allow borrowers to suspend their student loans and loan payments without penalty for at least the next 60 days, and if we need more, we'll extend that period of time.
In March of 2020, then-President Donald Trump suspended student loan payments until September of 2020. From that point, even up until now, there have been 5 student loan relief extensions mixed between both the Trump and Biden administrations. When the pandemic first began in the United States in March 2020, student loan relief was among the first policies enacted to help struggling Americans. Since March 27th of 2020, federal student loan interest rates have been set to 0% and payments have been paused. The pause has provided significant relief for roughly 42 million Americans who owe federal student loans. The Department of Education estimates that the policy collectively saved borrowers roughly $4.8 billion per month worth of accrued interest and provided significant relief for student loan borrowers who on average pay $400 a month in student loan repayments. Currently, many Democratic lawmakers and political leaders like Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer are calling for Biden to forgive $50,000 in student loan debt for all borrowers. According to the Biden administration, they do not believe that President Biden has the authority to cancel federal student loan debt by executive order. On the other hand, however, some senior Democrats argue that he does have the power to cancel at least up to $50,000 in student loan debt per borrower. In the spring of 2021, White House Chief of Staff Ron Klain said Biden had asked the Secretary of Education to explore if the executive branch has the legal authority to cancel student loan debt. At the time, the memo was promised to be made public within just a few weeks. However, nearly 1 year later, we still haven't heard a single word from Biden on that front. Some people believe that Biden canceling student debt could be the reason why Democrats will lose this upcoming midterm election, while others believe it would actually help them win the midterm. It's important to note that only 45 million borrowers have student loans, while on the other hand, 80% of the adult population, roughly 200 million Americans, don't have any student loans or have never had them at all. According to Senator Elizabeth Warren, if there is $50,000 of student loan cancellation, approximately 36 million people wouldn't owe any federal student loan debt. Now, in terms of whether this will happen or not, although Biden doesn't believe he can cancel student loan debt through an executive order, other student debt experts note that it could be accomplished by an act of Congress. In an interview with Fortune, Mark Kantrowitz, author of How to Appeal for More College Financial Aid, recently said that Congress is more likely now than previously to pass legislation that would implement mass student debt cancellation. On January 26 of 2022, more than 80 lawmakers, including Senator Elizabeth Warren and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, announced that they had sent Biden a letter urging him to deliver on his promise to cancel student loan debt. They also called on Biden to release a U.S. Department of Education memo outlining the administration's legal authority to cancel federal student loan debt and immediately cancel up to $50,000 of student debt for federal student loan borrowers. Whether student loan debt forgiveness will happen for sure remains to be seen. But with all of the pressure being put on Biden from both lawmakers and student loan borrowers, it's very reasonable to expect that something will be done before student loan forbearance expires in May of 2022.